Hey guys, this is Josh, and I have a fresh install of Mavericks on my computer here, so I'm going to be getting it set up for local development. And I thought what I would do as I do this is do a series on how to prep your computer to develop locally. Um, if this isn't a concept you're used to, it makes it really easy to build websites right on your computer instead of having to deal with FTP or SSH or something like that, where you have to save your files, then go and upload them and then check them in a browser. You can do all that locally, which is cool because if you're on the go or something like that and you don't have an internet connection, you can still be able to work and do things like that. So to kick things off, the first thing you'll need to do is install the Xcode command line tools. Now, if you already have Xcode installed, then you may need to skip this. You may be able to skip this step, and one way you'll know is by typing make in your terminal window, and uh, it'll say that there's no target found if you have them installed. Otherwise, it kind of gives you a prompt to install the command line tools. So let's go ahead and install those. Um, if you do want to install Xcode, it's great if you want to do iOS or Mac development. It is a 2 gig. It's about 2 gigs to install, and you can get it for free in the Mac App Store. So feel free to do that if you want. This is just a quick and easy way to get the tools that we need installed. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, so that is installed, so you can do something like which make, and it's going to tell you where the program is. That's just kind of a way to verify that you have everything installed. But so it shows that we have make installed. So we can go ahead and continue. The next thing I'm going to install is Homebrew, which is a package manager for your Mac, and you can get there by going to brew.sh, and then if you scroll down towards the bottom here, it just gives you a command that you can paste in your terminal, and it's going to install that for you. You will need to enter your administrative password, so go ahead and do that, and it's going to install that for us. Okay, now that we have Homebrew installed, you see that the line right here, so it says run brew doctor before you install anything. That's just going to configure our system and make sure everything's ready to go to use the Homebrew package manager. So it says our system is ready. So now we can do something like we're going to go ahead and install Git. So if you can actually type which Git, and you can see the Git's already installed. I like to use Homebrew to install Git and have my own version, because if you see right now it's 1.8, and there's actually 2.1 out right now, so it just makes it easier to manage your own versions. That way, if you want to upgrade, you don't have to upgrade the Apple Core version of Git. So we can just do brew install Git. So now if we type which Git, it's still showing that we have that one by default, but I think if we close the terminal and open it again, let's see, no, it's still doing that. So let's type brew doctor. Okay, so here is what's happening. Our path is the default path that it looks for software. Needs to be changed. So it gives you this line right here that you can basically type, and it's going to update your bash profile to look in that path instead. And so we may need to restart terminal again. Yep, so now we've got version 2.1, which is great. So now we have our own version of Git installed. The next thing we're going to install is Ruby. And if you go to rvm.io and take this right here, we're going to paste it into the command line, and then we're going to add a double hyphen and Ruby, which will install the latest stable version of Ruby onto our system. And Ruby is already installed on your Mac also, but I like to be able to manage my own versions, and with RVM you can actually have multiple versions of Ruby, multiple versions of gem sets and things like that. So if you need to test against some other version, or a newer version comes out, it just makes it a lot easier to manage. And we do need to enter our administrator password there again. So without restarting the terminal, we can copy this and run it. RVM use, let's see, RVM list. Okay, so we are using 2.1.2, so if we do ruby-v, you can see that we are running the latest version of Ruby, and if you type which Ruby, you can see that it's pulling from the RVM directory in our home folder. So that's good. And the next thing we want to do is similarly, we want to install Node on our system, and use you can install a package from the Node.js website. I like to use NVM, again, because I can manage multiple versions of Node if I need to test against different things, and you can easily switch back and forth between different versions. So right here I'm going to just copy and paste that line into the terminal like so, and now we have NVM installed. Okay, there we go. And so we will do NVM install v0.10 is the latest right now. Let's see, that didn't, oh, whoops. If I could type. Okay, so which node? And you can see we have 0.10.31, and we can do NVM alias default 0.10.31. All right, so now if we close and open our terminal again, we can NVM use default version is not NVM list. NVM use 0.10. Okay, maybe I did that wrong. Let's see. Oh, you know what? NVM alias default 0.10.31. There we go. So now, okay, cool. So, excellent. So now we have Git, we have Ruby, and we have Node all installed on our system, and those three things are going to be kind of core to some of the future episodes in this series. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there, and we'll be using these in a future episode. Thanks for watching.